I'm sure we're all familiar with Alice in Wonderland. A girl falls down a hole and finds herself in a bizarre world where everyone seems off their bonkers. I can't recall how many film adaptations I've seen during my childhood, but I always think of the one with Whoopi Goldberg, or the one where the White Queen sings about jam tomorrow, jam yesterday, but never ever jam today. If you like Alice in Wonderland, but with a twist, then you may enjoy this demo. This is just Summon B's review of Habromania by Symphony Sonata. The content in the demo isn't very long, so there's not much for me to go over. The gameplay is a simple point-and-click style. When there's an item you can interact with, it will highlight when you hover over it. The eyeball icon means the item is something we can observe. If it's an item we can take, you'll see a little hand. Some items can be combined together within our inventory, depending on the puzzle it's meant for. Alice will have her own commentary, whether you're observing an item or pocketing it for later. It makes sense given she's our main character, but it also gives us a feel for her personality. The gameplay itself isn't difficult. If I had one thing to critique, it would be how we navigate to other areas. It took me a bit to find out how to get to the next area once I was done with a certain section. I didn't realize that I had to click on the edge of the scene to allow Alice to pass through. I wish there was some sort of arrow or other icon that we can click on instead, rather than having to click on the edge of the scene. Just my opinion, but I think it would make it a lot easier. The game did crash a few times when I tried to move to the next area. I do understand this is a demo, and some crashes and bugs can be expected, but I won't lie, it did sour the gameplay experience for me. I almost didn't want to continue playing. If you do try out the demo for yourself, I would recommend saving often, especially when it comes to the puzzles, just so you don't have to end up back at the beginning and redoing everything again. I mentioned it before, but I love art styles that look like it came out of a storybook. The art style in the game is very pretty. Everything from the environments to the menu looks well drawn. I've been following the game for a while on Blue Sky and YouTube, and knew from the art style alone that this was a game I had to check out. There's not much to say about the story that isn't different from what we know about Alice in Wonderland, though death has been brought up a few times throughout the demo, so something is sure to be up. The final game will be a total of 12 chapters and have multiple endings. I'm curious to see what kind of endings, whether cozy or disturbing, will exist. While the demo wasn't super long, I feel that the game has potential. The planned release date has yet to be announced, so there's no telling when it may drop. There is a Kickstarter that is still up, so if you would like to back the game, there's still time to do so. Whether you're a die-hard fan of Alice in Wonderland, love charming art styles, or just like games where nothing is what it seems, you may want to consider checking out the demo. Will you be adding Habromania to your wishlist?